live from the beautiful island of Maui, Hawaii, from the beautiful MKV, also known as Maui Ka'anapali Villas. Now, why am I wearing the Patagonia breaker that's keeping me nice and warm, the vest? Because the ice bath is back. Yes, it broke. I have an ice bath in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, and today went in at 6 a.m. at 32 degrees. It was amazing. But I'm actually still kind of cold. But hey, real quick guys, the reason for this message, sorry I've been offline for so long. Actually, my gimbal doesn't even seem to be working anymore. It's been so long. But I had to go back for a funeral. Unfortunately, Lisa's father, Jimmy Classy, bless his heart, rest his soul, amazing man, Ford dealer since third generation since like 1932, amazing man, and unfortunately he did pass away, so we had to go back to Minnesota. But we're back on Maui now, and of course things are happening, right? Things are happening. So this is almost like a public service announcement. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. is your opportunity to share this video and to attend the second edition of the Maui County Planning public hearing. And the rumor is Paul Brubaker will be at that meeting or dialed in via Zoom. He is the leading economist for the state of Hawaii, one of the leading economists. And he's going to weigh in, hopefully, with his version of what this law would do if you ban vacation rentals on Maui. So it's a huge opportunity to hear from Paul Brubaker yourself, to invite other people to show up, if anything, just to listen in, and to, of course, give public testimony. Last time the meeting happened, it went so long they had to continue it. So this is actually a continuation of that meeting. So one of the reasons I'm doing this video right now is like a public service announcement so that you're aware of it. You can look at the link in the description and you can share the video, share the link. And if you love Maui, if you care about this island, you'll attend and you'll share, because we have to get the word out. And it's just one of those things. It's like anything in life, right? It's just word of mouth, grassroots. It's the 3% of the country that can change the country if we care, which we do. And this is a very, very important topic that's going to be delved into. I think, actually, is it 11 a.m.? No, it's not. Oh man, I'm getting confused. I'm actually at MKV. I have a new listing here. So if you're interested, it'll be on the market pretty soon. Pretty rare anything hits the market here at MKV. So it's a 1-bedroom with a huge private lanai. We're talking the lanai is like 2,000 square feet. It's going to be awesome. So this is a vacation rental. This is a apartment zoned. So it's been like on the top of my mind. And these are people that, that purchased these units, whether recently or years ago. It's a huge investment. These are small little businesses. I've been shouting them out for years because this is the backbone of this island, are these vacation rentals, because they employ so many people. And that's the kind of stuff that Paul Brubaker is going to get into, is the economic ripple effect of not allowing vacation rentals to occur in these buildings, which there's 7,000 units, is going to have the most devastating ripple effect economically on the tax base, on jobs, on property management companies, on cleaners, on handymen, on just a whole, it's like the fire was bad enough. Why in the world would you try to pass a measure like this and say it's going to create more affordable housing? Because that's a lie. There's nothing about these things that's affordable. And just because you ban vacation rentals doesn't mean that all of a sudden the price is going to drop where someone could afford it. It's lunacy. So we got to show up and show out and listen to Paul Brubaker. Can't hardly talk. I guess it's almost dark out. I don't need the shades. I just like the shades, man. They're Maui gyms, right? Support local. Support your local Maui gym. Support JJ. Remember, matter of fact, I just saw JJ a few minutes ago. JJ lost his home in Lahaina. He's meeting tomorrow with his architect and his builder, and he's hoping he's going to have that thing rebuilt within a year. I just talked to Ed Cheney today as well. He wants to rebuild in Waikuli. He told me major problems in Waikuli neighborhood because they're only taking the water up to the curb, and his house is like 300 feet back, and they're not going to take the water all the way to his house. They say, that's your own problem. And they found some like dead bones from the 70s. And so he's in a mess with that. And also they were going to do a sewer there. Now they're not. So you have to do your own septic, is what he said. And also they're requiring all these crazy surveys. He says a survey should cost, maybe a few $1,000s, but people are gouging on surveys right now. So tons of red tape. Ed says the rules are changing almost every single week with the rebuild, and it's just a lot of, as usual, as expected, government bureaucracy. But he says he's trying to keep his head high and keep his hopes up, and hopefully we'll have some good updates for you from these people that are rebuilding here shortly. But in the meantime, the #1 order of business right now is showing up tomorrow for that meeting. The link is in the description for the Maui County Planning V2, version 2, the continuation, and hopefully Paul Brubaker, I can't even say his name. I need to have a brew, right? Paul Brubaker. Matter of fact, he's been coming to a lot of the Realtors Association meetings for years, and you know, it's really cool because when he talks, like, remember that commercial? Was it when Prudential talks, everyone listens? Is that what it was? I made you myself now with that commercial. But when Paul Brubaker talks, all the real estate agents listen because he's been so effective in predicting what's right around the corner economically. And so he is a very trusted source, and hopefully that's someone that the Planning Commission will choose to hire to help consult on this horrendous idea. So anyway, also wanted to real quickly shout out and thank all of you that have made the switch for Lahaina. You've seen me kind of put this out there on the channel here in the last few weeks, especially while I was gone at the funeral, and I had some unreleased footage that I released while I was gone. But I want to thank all of you that made the switch for Lahaina. If you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, please go to switchforlahaina.com. But I want to thank you. It's like I think almost 600 people have raised their hand and said, I think it's way over 600, but that was a few weeks ago. But thank you guys so much for checking it out. If you haven't yet, please do. Matter of fact, I just saw Nuku this morning. Nuku was at my doorstep this morning, and I was able to give him some checks from Lynn Oaks. Lynn Oaks, you're amazing. Lynn, if you're out there somewhere in YouTube land, you keep sending checks. I keep giving them to fire survivors. So she sends just blank checks. It's amazing. Like every week, like lots of them. So I give them to people and people that need money, because you know what? The problem has not gone away. The problem has actually gotten worse. It's worse now than it was when the fire first happened. So people are getting, you know, they're still struggling. So thank you, Lynn Oaks. Thank you for all of you that have made the switch for Lahaina. And if you haven't yet, and if you haven't checked it out, please go to switchforlahaina.com. I'll put a link in the description, as well as the link for tomorrow's meeting at the Maui County Planning Commission. You can just log in, you can call in, you can give testimony, you can listen to Paul Brubaker, and most importantly, since this channel has been so radically shadow banned, it's insane. Because you know what I've learned is if you say anything close to resembling the truth on YouTube, you just get shuffled to the side, which kind of sucks. But if you're like, you know, politically correct, or you start, you know, giving the, you know, the woke signal, just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, they love that. There's certain YouTubers here on Maui that, you know, they just put out videos. They don't say anything that's really, you know, controversial, you know, or truthful, I should say. Or, you know, some people say it's conspiracy theory. Oh, you know, well, what was conspiracy theory last week is truth this week. So just get used to that. Unfortunately, that is the truth. That's another word that they invented, by the way, conspiracy theory. It's like when you're hot on the trail, right? When you're right over what they're actually doing. Oh, conspiracy theory. It's true. Just like when they tried to talk against like naturopathic medicines, right? Because a lot of natural herbs and natural things work. They came up with the word quack. Oh, that doctor is just a quack. Yeah, the quacks are actually the ones that are going to probably save your life, and the other people, I don't know. The most important thing is this, though. We need to have our country back to where we can just talk about everything and anything, and then you can decide what's best for yourself, because you're a thinking human being, you're an adult with a brain. So where all the censorship came from is completely audacious, it's ridiculous and obnoxious, and if anything, it makes people that have conspiracy theories more attractive because they're probably more in line with reality and the truth. They're not being bought off by mainstream media and people with special interests. But we need to get this country back to the place where we have zero censorship whatsoever. And I believe any platform that does censorship should be censored and they should be removed. So they need to remember that we've got foundational principles in this country that make it the best country on the planet. At least there was last time I checked. Is there a better one out there yet? I don't think so. But we have to have freedom of speech. It's so important. We have to have a good, you know, voting system that works. You know, those are the foundations, the checks and balances. So hopefully we're on the right path. But it really annoys me when you say something that's true, and then all of a sudden, you know, they try to censor it. Like there's certain words you still can't say on YouTube. You just can't say them. Like I would never say them because the C word, right? You're gone. It's crazy. But anyway, I don't know why I'm in the squatting position right now. It just feels good for some reason. It's good to be back on Maui. Thank you guys so much for checking in. I appreciate it as always. I was kind of late on the sunset. I'm kind of working today, and I was hoping to show you guys like a quick Maui fix, and I was almost not going to do the live, but I thought to myself, this is so important. I've got to get the message out. I never want to waste your time, so it's got to be important. It's either sunsets or important community meetings that are coming up. So please do me a favor. Please be sure to share the link to this video. Share the link that's in the description. Please attend the meeting if you can. Please tell 5 people that you know that love Maui, that come here on vacation. We need everybody, again, to show up. The last meeting, I think there was over 150 people that registered to speak, and it was totally blown out with the people that showed up in person. So it was a massive, massive showing from people that care. But that's got to happen again, right? So they couldn't finish it, they didn't finish it, and now this is the continuation, and I'm trying to get the word out there so you're aware of it, so you can share it. So now I'm passing the baton to you. It's like we're in a race, right? And now I'm handing you the baton. It's like, here you go, go. So please, I'm begging you, we got to get the word out. People have to attend. We cannot let this measure even come close to passing. It would be so horrific on so many different levels, it's not even funny. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I shall return. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I promise you one thing, it'll probably be for my new listing at Maui Kanapali Villas, or I've got a home I just listed up in my neighborhood in Ka'anapali. So that's going to be an amazing home as well. Full remodel by Zuma. Good job, Jeff. You did a great job on that remodel. Shout out to Zuma Construction. And that home will be hitting the market here soon as well. So busy working, having fun. Glad to be back in the saddle, as they say, and back on Maui. And thank you guys for all your support, all your love, and we'll be back. Oh, as a matter of fact, here's my last thing. Don't forget. Don't forget. How can you forget something that I haven't said yet? You can't remember it. So now, after I say it, don't forget. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a meeting, a Zoom meeting with Maui Community Investigation Group. So these guys are the ones, sort of a grassroots movement led by Paul Delarius. I can never say his last name, but we're going to do a Zoom meeting with him and his staff going over everything that the Maui Community Investigation Group has come up with so far. After that, in a few days, I'll be doing an interview with Michelle from Blossom Inner Circle Wellness. I think that's what it is, her channel over on Big Island. And then the last one will be an interview with Stephanie Perucci, who wrote Burn Back Better. We're going to do an interview with her shortly thereafter. So 3 big interviews coming up on the channel as we approach the 1-year anniversary. I thought it'd be good to kind of, you know, circle the wagons and see where everyone's at and get the latest data and information. So hopefully keeping the story alive, since obviously mainstream media could care less. Be looking out for those live streams coming tomorrow, right after the meeting for the Maui Planning Commission. So, man, this kind of feels like work. But thanks again. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, I shall return. Maui Dan, love you, brother. Where's the button? See, I don't even need. I can read now. I don't need bifocals anymore. I can read, sort of. But that's how you do. You believe, right? And then they'll get fixed. Matter of fact, I just started taking iodine. I know it's controversial, but read up on it, guys. Dr. Brownstein out of Michigan. Iodine, salt, potassium, selenium. I'm telling you what, they've been withholding this from the public, right? They bastardize table salt, gives you high blood pressure. But if you take Celtic salt, add a little iodine, a little selenium, you feed the thyroid, you feed all the glands. I'm telling you, do your research on that, you'll be blown away. Water must be drank, half your body weight in ounces, but you have to add the essential minerals. And when you do that, you feed all your vital organs, and then you don't get the big C word down the road, because you're giving it the essential minerals that it needs. They give us just enough to prevent goiter. Goiter, right, is when your thyroid gets big because it doesn't have enough iodine. So they give people 125 micrograms, which was actually the first public health miracle in the United States, in iodized salt, right? But you actually need like 25 to 45 milligrams. So what they did is they really pushed down the RDA dosage when you actually need a lot more than that. So I think it's absolutely fascinating. But I would encourage you to listen to the doctors. Dr. Brownstein, I think is his name, out of Michigan. So, don't know where that comes from, but I've been feeling amazing ever since I started taking that iodine. And the salt water, it's just shockingly good. So, all right guys, till next time. I shall return, I promise. If I can find the button. I really can't see a thing, but I'm just kidding.